algorithms are ruining everything. Like, they're genuinely terrible at this point. Everything is getting replaced with algorithms. There's no way to prove that they're like what they're doing or like how they're being used. And they're also just like isolating like everything like more and more and more until you like don't even know like what's even like popular, you know? Like you'd even like, I don't know. Like first off, like all this is anecdotal. I have no sources or evidence, but I hate algorithms. I don't need a source to say that. Okay. But I hate algorithms, and I'm mostly just talking about like suggestion algorithms here. Like there's other ones, you know, but I'm talking about suggestion algorithms. Okay. The ones that serve you YouTube videos, TikTok videos, etc. I also have ways I fix this in my life, but I'll get to that later. So evidence is my first and honestly most important problem. I cannot prove what these companies are doing. And the more complex and agentic these algorithms become, the less they can prove it either. The more I thought about this topic, the more I kind of realized this. Like everything I say in this video basically can't have a source, as nobody can prove it's true. If you wanted to do a test, you'd have to like get 2 different accounts in 2 different phones and try and like scroll the same or differently or something. Like for Spotify, I can't prove that people I mix paid to be there, but apparently they're allowed to pay to be there. Maybe there's like a creator studio thing. Like I know there's that thing where it says like sponsor recommendation or whatever, but this is like something different. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, you know, take everything I say with a salt lamp worth of salt. Okay. I don't want them to find evidence because there usually isn't any to be found. And this is more of a story now. That was my only like actual evidence thing. This is more of a story I'm just telling, but the rest of the video is more of a discussion basically. Okay. So sandbagging. I'm waiting to tell a story for so long. Okay. Sandbagging. I'll define it later. Basically, I installed TikTok on my phone on March 8th in 2019. I looked this up on my phone. I installed it on March 8th, 2019. And I've been using it for a while. Okay. I'm very experienced TikTok user. I started making YouTube videos way before I made TikTok videos. Like in 2019, I used the app and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I think I literally scrolled on it every day. And then, you know, the forever spring break sickness hit, and I scrolled on it even more and more as everything was shut down. Then, okay, in about late 2020, I started noticing that there was an obvious pattern. I'd open the app for the first time that day and see a couple extremely funny, awesome videos. Then as time went on, in the space between the funny videos would get longer and longer and longer. So I'd open the app, get a bunch of funny ones, and then over time, the funny ones and the good ones will be spaced out with more and more space in between. And in my head, this made sense. You know, as time went on, it would get harder and harder to find videos I actually liked, because, you know, the more I scrolled, the more videos I'd have watched, which would be guaranteed funny, and the rest of them would be hard to find. Like, you know, this is somewhat true, I guess. But then a few things broke the cycle. So real quick, I'm going to find some terms here. Okay. I'm going to find some terms. So golden videos are videos that the algorithm knows for a fact that I will like. And then thrift videos are videos the algorithm knows I won't like. Okay. So golden videos are like, the algorithm's like, he's going to like this one. I'm going to give it to I'm going to give him that video. And thrift videos are ones the algorithm not like is guessing I won't like, knows for a fact I won't like. Okay. So the algorithm starts spacing out the golden videos with thrift videos over time. And as time between golden videos increases, as scrolling goes on, the more amount of thrift videos you watch increases as time goes on, right? What broke this for me was the upload dates, the like counts, and the channels. Okay, follow me here. First thing I thought was, okay, I go to sleep, and then people upload golden videos as I'm sleeping. And then when I wake up, there's like a pile of golden videos, right? It just keeps compiling them as I'm sleeping. And when I wake up, there's a pile of them that are like perfect for me, and then it shows them all to me at the start, and then goes, well, I guess we're all out. I guess we'll just show him thrift videos that he, you know, might like maybe, you know, and then maybe, you know, as I'm watching, people are uploading golden videos as well, which is why I keep spacing out, right? This kind of makes sense. But if you check the upload dates, the videos I woke up to weren't all just like uploaded while I was sleeping. They're uploaded like weeks, sometimes, you know, months in the past, right? Which just proved the piling up theory. Okay, so next was the amount of likes on the videos, right? So if other people like a video, you probably will too, right? This is what I care about, reviews and ratings and stuff. But the TikTok algorithm golden videos, you know, they usually had like at least 10,000 likes, right? And at least like the early videos, right? They had a lot of likes and a lot of views, but not all of them. Some of the golden videos didn't have like a lot of likes and a lot of views. But what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not like I watched all the high view ones, right? Like, there were still high view ones to be watched that it just was saving, right? Saving it in his back pocket. And what I'm trying to say is they were intentionally spacing out the good videos over time. So as you scroll, and the more you scroll, the more bad videos you're willing to watch between the good ones in hopes of keeping on the app for longer and, spacing out the laughs and the dopamine hits, right? I also think it's hyper-reactive too. Like if you check a different app for a moment, they'll show you a few good ones after that to try and lure you back in. And I only think like this is on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. I'm pretty sure I know for a fact TikTok, but I don't know the other ones. They might not. I have no idea. But, there's also an argument against this, which is the more you scroll, the more, they'll show you videos from all creators to boost their discovery. Like half the time, the bad videos still have a lot of likes and views, more than the good ones they show. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like my conspiracy or anything, but it really makes the For You page feel like it's the against you page, Like I don't know. But like, okay, wait. Almost forgot. Sandbagging is a term in video games and sports that means you are intentionally playing bad on purpose to surprise your opponent later. Like if I walked on the basketball court in jeans and a sweatshirt in the middle of summer and I intentionally played bad, then they put like a smaller guy to guard me and they were like, this guy doesn't matter. And then, I'm actually really good at basketball and I start dunking and making insane 3-pointers and stuff. Then I'll probably, get more points on them in the long run if I surprise them, Like it's like exciting, right? And I think that's what TikTok's trying to do, right? Is they're trying to, convince you that, maybe you're in a dry spell of videos and it's, not really going well. And then boom, right back with a funny one. And then you're like, I'll keep scrolling to find the next funny one. And they space it out until you're scrolling for hours with like nothing funny. And it's all bad and stupid. And it kind of keeps you on that like digital treadmill, But lastly, isolation. All right. So the main thing you have to know is that outrage is good. I saw some article or some paper or something that's saying basically like if you got a guy who loves waffles and he's watching a video by Goatman Waffles and he's like, wow, these waffles are amazing. And he's like, oh, I agree with that guy. That's awesome. He'll just be like, cool. And then he'll keep scrolling. But if the guy who likes waffles sees a guy by Pancake Power 980 who says waffles are the scourge of the earth and they're overcomplicated gluten abomination, they're terrible, then, he'll probably read the comments and be like, oh my goodness, dude, these people are terrible. This is terrible. And he'll probably keep scrolling, right? And everyone knows that, rabbit holes exist and you can't easily escape the rabbit hole. But I feel like it's getting more and more difficult to intentionally escape the rabbit hole, right? Like YouTube recently removed the trending tab. And now it's like an extremely hidden section. You have to go to like scroll all the way down the left sidebar, then go to gaming or whatever, and then scroll all the way down to there, and then go to trending, right? Like it's hard to like intentionally be like, what are people actually watching? And that's fine, I guess, but it's still, I feel like it's still getting more and more difficult. And like the craziest thing I found while existing online is that TikTok, I don't know if any social media does this, but TikTok especially, what they'll do is they'll change the comments order based off of what you think and believe and what you watch. So like, when there's like hundreds of thousands of comments especially, it can be really difficult to scroll through them all. So reordering them so the bad ones are at the bottom of the 100,000 comment stack, you might as well just be deleting them, right? And like, for example, like you can watch a video about pancakes being an abomination of milk, eggs, flour, and sugar and baking powder just flopped together and heated. And a fan of pancakes might see that and go, I'm mad. I'm gonna check the comments. And then all the comments might be agreeing with them and being like, yeah, this is terrible, right? And it builds that outrage, right? Or maybe, a fan of waffles will go like, I agree with that video. That's awesome. And then click the comments and everyone's like, dude, this video is terrible. It's bad. I hate it. And then the waffle fan would be like, oh my goodness, everyone disagrees with me. I'm outraged because everyone disagrees with me, right? So there's two people who like, everyone disagrees with them. That's terrible. And, like all these things are like designed to addict us to these suggestion algorithms. So to stop this, I deleted all the short form content platforms off my phone, except for YouTube. And I can control myself to not watch YouTube shorts and stuff. But something that really annoyed me was seeing the shorts in my subscriptions feed and in the home feed, and like it's trying to trick me into watching more shorts or a suggestion algorithm, right? So I did comment that was I downloaded like an extension. I don't use the app on my phone anymore. I also use like a Chrome extension for that too. So I have like 2 Chrome extensions that block all of shorts and all like the home feed and stuff. So it's just my subscriptions and my, watch later feed. And if I want to see a video, I can just look it up, And I think that kind of shields me a little bit from this conspiracy, but I might just be wrong. I don't know. But as of now, I think I'm better off without a bot telling me what to watch. And I think that's good. because, you know, at a point, it's not like, you know, like what you're watching, it's like what you're choosing not to watch, right? Or like, I don't know. I think it's bad. But you know, if you have any other thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And I'd love to be proved wrong. I think it'd be awesome for people to be like, hey, it's actually just how the algorithm works. This is what's happening. Or maybe you agree with me. I have no idea. But I'd love to hear what you think about this. And I'm going to try and make videos slightly more often. Just slightly. Just slightly. Maybe not 3 months in between. Just slightly. But yeah. All right. Well, hope you have a good day.